Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rhiannon, Stardew Valley, Retired Slow Play, part number 95. We are day 28 of fall and year number 3. And look at those monies. We almost have 500,000. That's 497,000 gold. And we're going to be spending some here very soon here. There's some really great things coming up in the next couple of episodes that I can't wait to share with you guys. By the way, I'm checking the TV to make sure that there aren't any recipes that I've missed, because that's one of the main ways that you get recipes is from the TV. Queen of Sauce is the thing that it shows. I don't know, it's kind of funny. But we are going to, after we get done here, we just got lots of things going on, so please stay tuned. By the way, I want to welcome all my new subscribers to my channel. When I started all of this, I really didn't know how it would go. I figured, my gosh, is anybody out there that's going to want to watch my videos? And I really didn't know, I told my son all the time, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find people that would be interested. And he said, try it and see, you never know. And here we are, and I'm so excited that every single day there's a whole bunch more subscribers. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so much. And just a few housekeeping things. First off, I want you to pay attention that it is a retired slow gameplay. And what that means is that I take my time in the game and I look at details in the game and things that get missed in the min-maxing and the power gaming and other things that everybody else I've ever seen do. How to make $1 billion gold in 1 year, whatever. All the other games I've ever watched videos of, that's what I've seen. And if that's what you want, great. I mean, more power to the people that are playing that way. And that's one of the beauties of this game, is that you can play it any way you want. And by the way, I just broke my fence. Ugh, can't believe I did that. Anyway, as I was saying, you can play it however you want. I'm playing it a slow and relaxed way, because to me this is a slow and relaxed game and I want to enjoy it. Those are our new auto grabbers that collect the milk now, so we no longer have to grab our milk pails. We just go to the auto grabber in the barn, and then we go to the auto grabber in the coop and get the eggs and things that were left for us. And look at that, a warp totem. Did I do that? I don't think so. I don't. Maybe I put it in there by accident. Oh, who knows? I make mistakes sometimes. So anyway, those are some things that I wanted to share with you as we get started here this morning. I do have a plan for how I want this gameplay to go. There is going to be a way soon to know when it is when we've completed 100% of the content. Doesn't mean you have to stop playing. It just means that's when I plan to end this playthrough, and it's going to take quite a while. Someone asked me one day, I said that we were kind of in the still early stages of the game. I think we're about mid-game right now, and they were questioning that. I'm like, absolutely, there is so much more content in this game that we haven't touched. So it's going to be so exciting to see when we get to those things. And I'm excited to share that with you. In my first long playthrough that I have, I made it to about 86%, 87%. And I played that game for about 6 years, I think. I will say a lot of those years we had no way of knowing how far along we were. And then version 1.5 came through and we were able to see how much content we had played. So that was a really awesome update, by the way. And so I just wanted to share that that's the goal for this playthrough, is to get to that point. You will note that it is the 28th day of fall. That means it's the last day of fall. And all those pumpkins that I accidentally planted, they're not going to make it. They're going to die because I wasn't paying attention. That day that I grabbed those seeds and planted them, I was not paying attention to how long it took to grow them. And if you look at them, they got the little yellow seeds in the middle. That means they would be ready tomorrow, and tomorrow is the first day of winter. So I am so aggravated with myself that I made that mistake and planted all of those. But that's okay. It's okay that you see that I make mistakes. Maybe it will help you not make mistakes. So all of these plants in the middle that were one-time harvests are all going to go away. The outside edges are the ones that get multiple harvests per season, and those were cranberries this season, and we got a ton of cranberries from it, so I'm really grateful. But not very good planning this time, but I just wasn't paying attention. Sometimes I'm very distracted when I'm playing. I'm hurrying or whatever. I'm doing 8 things at once, and that was one of those days, so I felt terrible that I had done that. But anyway, we're going to let it go. There's too much stress in our lives anyway. One thing we also need to do, see these pumpkins over here above the bee houses? This is the last day. They're not going to turn into giant pumpkins. So I'm going to go ahead and grab them. And you can see there's going to be exactly 9. Well, you can't see because you have to count them. There's 9 that I had to put there, that I gathered from there. So in the springtime, we'll do cauliflower again. If it grows a giant one, that's great. But the next season, we're going to hack it up and we're going to keep trying for melons because that's what I want to have for that other decorative thing right there. That's all decorative except for the bee houses, which gives us our honey, which is one of our revenue streams that we have. So look at all these beautiful pumpkins. We got so many pumpkins and lots of cranberries. Look at that. Oh my gosh. We've got over 700 cranberries. Oh my heavens. So all that's wonderful, and all we need to do is make sure that we save enough of those to make the seeds for next season. The rest of it can go through the preserve jars. I'm talking about all the produce and the fruits that can all go through the preserve jars or the wine kegs, and so we have a lot. So look at all those. They're so cool. Cranberries is a really good crop to have in the fall, and the pumpkins, of course. Makes pickled pumpkins, and the cranberries can make either cranberry jelly or cranberry wine. So most likely we will not be making as much other wines as we had before, because now we've got the ancient fruits that are growing like crazy. You saw me harvest those earlier. So we're going to stick with those because that's what we make good money out of. Look at that. Oh my gosh. There we go. So I thought, let's go make some more. What I'm doing is kind of putting some extra things in the chest for the next time. So right now I've got cranberries. Now I've got some ancient fruit. I also have the roe. As long as I have 21 of those, that's how many preserve jars I have, then we can go ahead and keep those in there so that when it comes time, I can run in there and just grab them real quick instead of, running around trying to find the fruits or whatever I need, fruits or vegetables, whatever I need. Next up, I think we're going to go ahead and go into town to see Clint. We've got a couple of geodes that we had gotten from our stone and iron hunting. We went, was it iron ore? Yeah, we were looking for iron ore. And so we had done that, and we got these geodes. Hopefully they'll give us something good that we can take to the museum. But you never know. So sometimes it gives us nothing of use, and sometimes it's like, yes! We were mostly looking for artifacts, so let's see what we got. And okay, we'll take a piece of gold ore, and that, I don't know if we've had one of those. Is it malachite? Am I saying that right? I've already had one of those, so nothing new there, but that's okay. That was interesting. I didn't know you could put your iron glass on the anvil. So we're going to head back to the farm. Like I told you before, we've got a lot of things that we are going to be doing here in the next couple of episodes. Big things. I know that sounds like a teaser, and it kind of is, but I don't want to spoil surprises. So, obviously if someone is watching this, it's one of two things. They've never seen the game before, or they've seen the game before, and they kind of know some of the cool stuff that can happen later in the game like this. So, but there are a number of people that are watching this who haven't played before. So I'm going to give some teasers because I want you to watch. But I also want to let you know that it's not the same old thing for the next, however many episodes this ends up being, hundreds. It's not going to be the same old thing. Yes, I do the basic things in the morning, the basic chores that I do every day, and that's normally when I do my housekeeping, voiceovering, and telling you kind of what I'm doing, and that's to kind of talk to the new people. Oh, one thing I did forget to tell the new people and the old people, oh dear, that sounded terrible, is that there is going to be a secret word of the day at some point in this video. And I want you to take the secret word of the day and use it down in the comments in a sentence. Do not say the secret word of the day is whatever the secret word of the day is going to be. Just use it in a sentence and be creative and play along. Don't hurt my feelings. I want you to play along. So that's going to be sometime in this video, and so listen for that. And I started doing that a while back, and it's so much fun to go back and read the comments and see that people are actually doing it. It's like, yes, I'd seen this on another channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much fun. It was something similar, right? They do something a little bit different than I do, but it was the concept was the same. And so I thought that is just way too much fun. So that is why I am doing that. So listen later on in the video. I will say the secret word of the day. It will not pop up on the screen, so you cannot scan and look for it. You have to listen for it. So please do that. Thank you, please, and thank you. So today there's nothing going on. There's no special things. Kent wants a midnight carp, and I don't believe that I have one of those. Some of these fishing ones that were their fish that are more unique, it's like, where do I get a midnight carp? I don't know. Look at all the people. My goodness, there's a lot of people hanging out in here. I do want to stop in and see Caroline as many times as I can. I want to talk to her every day if I see her, and then I want to give gifts, of course. And so what I'm doing now is, I've talked about the trees that, like right now we have an apple tree in our greenhouse. We're going to start buying some of these trees, and there's a couple other special things that we are going to buy that's going to be so cool. You guys are going to be blown away. Do you see what that says? It is a catalog. It gives you unlimited access to all of the wallpapers and the floors. And what this does is let you decorate your house. Now, if you don't do that, then you would have to buy, look at that flooring right above was 100. One piece of flooring or one color of flooring was 100. What if you got that home and you didn't like it? Well, what then? So that's wallpaper and flooring. So we are going, here's the surprise. We are going to start to completely decorate our farmhouse. It's time. And I'm so excited to share this part of the game with you. And also buying one of each fruit. I'm going to start buying the trees. I'm not going to buy them all today because it's like, oh my gosh, that's more than enough for today. But I am going to start completely decorating the farmhouse, start to finish. And the farmhouse also is going to get an expansion. So that's pretty cool. So you'll get to see that. But I'm pretty much going to decorate it in the same way as my 11-year farm, and the reason is it took me forever to get it to look the way that it looked. It's like I couldn't believe how long it took me because I like that, no, I don't like that, and then I would redo it, and then I redo it again, and then finally I got it to a place that I actually liked it. By the way, I'm going to plant these fruit trees. I'm looking here and deciding where to put them. For these trees all inside the greenhouse, all you got to do is click on them and click the spot. And I thought I really wanted it right there, but there's a plant there I don't think you can get rid of, and there's a bowl there that you can't do anything with. So I was trying to decide where I wanted them because I'm going to be buying more, and I want them to be spaced out equally. So this was a hard thing for me to figure out. It's like, okay, what the heck? I couldn't remember how I had done it last time, and I was really kind of frustrated. I thought, what if I put it as far down as I can get it? And then we can put one in the middle of those two, and then maybe, I don't know how many there are. But my plan is to have one of each type of fruit tree total combined. So there's two more, obviously. Or there's two more, and you can see I just click and it starts growing. You don't have to water or do anything with it. So we've got our catalog that we picked up from Pierre for the decoration of the inside of the farmhouse. To use this item, you've actually got to put it down, and it's kind of a pain that you have to put it down somewhere to use it. So this room up here will be completely redone eventually, and so I'm putting it there temporarily until I can pick out some things. So again, this is just wallpaper and floors, and you can scroll through and see all of the different ones. There's so many different ones. So again, what I'm going to be doing is using basically the blueprint from our 11-year farm. I've showed you a number of times the screenshot of the outside of the farm. I don't know if I've showed you the inside of the farmhouse. So once we get this going, I will show you the inside of that farmhouse and where we will be going with it, or where I'm planning on going with it. There may be a few changes here and there, I don't know. So what I'm looking for is, I'm looking at the screenshot of the original one that I had and saying, okay, what pieces do I want? And you saw that I picked one. So what that does is you pick one and then put it in, it goes in your pack, and then it will cover the entire wall area of a specific room. So the room that you are in, I will click that one piece and I will click on the wall and it will change it. You'll see what I'm saying here. I'm looking for the flooring that matches that screenshot as well. And I'm going to start with the kitchen. That's the first one we're going to work on. So this is not the furniture. We're going to have to go somewhere else to get that. This is just the walls and the floors. So I think that's the one that I needed. So let me show you how this works. Come down into the room that you want to do and you click on the wall, and not clicking on the stove. Click on the wall. There we go. Now that wall of the kitchen is now green. The floor is now this beautiful wood flooring. So you see it stops right there. It's like your next room is over there. So then I come up and I start again and look for the next room that I want to color and the next floor that I want to color. And the top tab is everything. Then the second tab is the flooring, and the bottom tab is the wallpaper. So you can divide it up that way. So I'm just kind of showing you what this looks like, and we'll go through and pick. And again, look at all these options. I've seen so many different ones in looking at the farmhouse screenshots on the forums. And for my new folks, there's a link down below for a number of things. One of them is the forums. On that is a wonderful group of people that you can talk with. They're more than happy to answer any questions and things like that. So please get on those forums, make an account if you don't have one, say hello if you do, and tag me in it, and I'll say hello right back at you. And so now we're going to be moving on into the living room. We see how it did the entire floor of the living room, and now here comes the walls. So there we go. And I'll be moving a lot of this stuff around. Again, this stuff I just kind of threw in here. That crystal chair that Harvey decided to bring home. Harvey randomly would still brings home things, plants. I really don't care for his design choices, and they just do that, and he keeps doing that. And that chair he just brought home one day. It's like, oh my gosh, that's not my style. Please get rid of that. But for now, I just left it. We will be getting all new furniture, and that's all coming up soon. So again, I'm so happy to share this part of the game with you that you guys haven't seen before. I mean, I've thrown a few paintings that we got for free or whatever on the walls, and the plants and things like that. I've just kind of thrown them around, but this is decoration time, and it was a perfect timing for it. We can't do any more farming. I did the last harvest that we've had for the next 28 days. That's it. We don't have any more. So we had plenty of money for this, and you saw how much it cost, and we're going to get the furniture one too, and you'll see how much it costs. But if you think about it, I mean, as I told you, what if I had bought, one particular wallpaper for $100 and I didn't like it? Then you're like, okay, you've wasted the money. This way, I don't waste a dime, because I can change it as many times as I want. It doesn't cost anything else. So this is a luxury, I guess you could say. But I certainly wouldn't want to be wasting money on things that I didn't like the look of. And this way, I can put it down and immediately change it. So this is going to be for the bedroom, and you can see I already had purchased those, whatever those sunflowers are. I just think that looks so comforting and relaxing for a bedroom. And I guess Harvey agrees, because he's standing there looking at it with me going, yeah, that looks pretty good. And there is like I said, there's going to be an expansion of the farmhouse. I'm not sure where I want this other rug. These rugs are ones that we got. I think it was is it the fair? I think this was the Stardew Valley fair that we ended up picking up these green rugs, which I actually, in my other screenshot that I show of my 11-year farm, I don't think I used these rugs, so I kind of like them. But we'll see. I like the contrast that it gives against the wood floor. So it kind of looks cool. So yes, Harvey Jr., you need to get your butt into bed. It's after 7. We've caught him out much later than that. Look at him when he go get in bed. Isn't he cute? He is so cute. Okay, again, we're moving on to I'm doing each one room at a time. And I thought, is this hallway? Yeah, it's interesting that that piece right there had to have its own color. I didn't remember that, so I was thinking, which one did I use? So this kind of separates it more. And so I'd like to have the floor, the rooms different. And they're kind of the same in that they're an old farmhouse look to them. But it's like that doesn't go there, and there we go. There, I put it over there, and I'm not going to be able to reach it. So again, I got to move. I got some things to go. I got some moving around to go. And but anyway, I like this. It's kind of the same thing, but same theme, but the colors are a little bit different. So it distinguishes between, open floor plans are great, sort of, but I like to be able to distinguish the different rooms. So like in my own house, for instance, I do have an open floor plan in my living room and kitchen, and but I have a line drawn, whereas my kitchen color ends right here. And then the living room colors are over here, and they're similar but contrasting, but you can definitely tell this is a kitchen and this is the living area. So it's kind of what I'm doing in this farmhouse, and the bedroom as well. Even though it's got like a wall there, it kind of helps separate it a little bit. I'm really glad he didn't put doors. That would have been annoying. Doors are annoying in a game like this. Opening the door, shutting the door, opening the door, and having a door in your way. So doorways work perfect for my family. So what I was looking for here, my next room to work on is the baby's room. And there's a specific one that I absolutely love that works really well for boy or girl children. And I know that it shouldn't matter. The funniest thing is I was sitting here with my grandson. He visited me for a couple of weeks here just recently, and we're talking about pink. And he makes a very good point. Why does pink have to be girl color? Why can't it be a boy color? Why does blue have to be a boy color? And he makes a very good point. And because I did not have an answer for him. And I'm a much older person, and I grew up my whole life that blue was boys, pink was girls, that I grew up that way. So he made a very good, valid point that I couldn't come up with an answer for him. So what I'm shooting for here is, in my old-fashioned thinking, a neutral color, which normally for girls and boys in the old-fashioned way of thinking, it is yellows and greens are kind of a neutral colors. In my old-fashioned way of thinking. So then I found the one that I wanted. It has like balloons, I think it is. So this would be awesome. Let's see how this looks on the wall. Look at that. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. And it's got the green for the floors, so it kind of is a nice, it matches. It's the best thing I can say in my OCD way. And so, by the way, as I'm doing this, time is passing. So I've only got so much time. Harvey's room you can decorate. That's Harvey's room. Each spouse that you choose will have their own room, and they're all different. Each one is different. So that's Harvey's room, and we can decorate it or we can leave it as Harvey decided he wanted it to be. And I'm looking around right now, and it's like, okay, so many things. And then I remembered I haven't watered this coffee plant in forever, so I really need to get on that. I really wish I may put that can in here, because here's the thing: the cat's not going to die if he doesn't have his food bowl, his water bowl, and he's not going to hate me. And when it rains, I don't have to fill it, and Harvey fills it a lot of the time. Yes, I am exhausted. Look at all this decorating I've done, and I'm not an interior decorator. So we're having a conversation about that. Is he going to get in bed? Yeah, I knew he'd get out of my way. And that's going to end the night. So that takes us out of fall of year number 3 and into winter, first of winter in year number 3. So a lot of people say they get bored in the wintertime. I do not. I got plenty of things to do, and we're going to do some of those things together. So good morning, everybody. And oh, look, it's Krobus's birthday. Oh my gosh. I don't think we have any hearts with Krobus. Is he at the bottom? We have one little heart with the poor little guy. Oh my goodness, that's so sad. So hopefully we have time and we'll remember to go down and see Krobus. And we have said you haven't given any gifts of his favorites, so we're going to have to figure out what he likes. And we can figure out a number of ways what Krobus likes. People can tell you what other people like. Good morning, baby doll. You can give them the wrong or right gifts and it'll tell you, or you can do what I do, which is go to the wiki and search for Krobus. And it would tell me exactly what he liked. And so, okay, we gotta get the coffee beans in the right quality order. There we go. And we can water the plant. So I think I'm going to start keeping that watering can in here. If I don't put it out here. Don't put it out here. No. Trying to help myself remember things after the fact is kind of a ridiculous thing if you think about it. And I'm going to go ahead and water the kitty bowl while I'm standing here. Love the kitty. Pick up the or get out of the way, kitty cat. So as I started to say and got way off track very quickly, is you can go to the wiki and search for Krobus, and it will tell you all kinds of things about Krobus, including what Krobus loves and likes and is neutral and dislikes. So all of those things, what I just did is close the barn door. I'm going to close the coop door. You don't have to, but it keeps them inside, and then they stay inside all winter anyway. But if I don't want them out on the first day of spring, it'll keep them in there just in case I'm not ready for them, which happens sometimes. It's like, no, I'm not ready on this first day. You guys stay inside and keep eating the hay that I've so lovingly supplied you with. So that's what I had done earlier as I went and found out what Krobus loved, and hopefully we can make a pit stop and go see Krobus and give him a gift and get those hearts going, because they only have one. But, you know, having said that, we've only seen him like once or twice. And he's down in the sewer, by the way, if you don't know and you haven't played this game before, or you haven't ever come across that part. In earlier episodes, we went down there and met him. And he's an interesting character. And you can buy things from him. So we're going to go down and take a look at that. I'm going to leave the fence open. I'm going to fix that other fence. But I'm going to leave the entry fence open all winter. It makes it so much easier that I don't have to open and shut it because they're not coming outside. So we're good with that. And so we're going to run down into the basement. And I'm going to keep the watering can inside. That's going to be hopefully my new habit is to keep it right there so I can keep that coffee plant going. Look at all those beautiful casks making us goodies. Plain cheeses that have no stars on them, I'm going to put them in what I call my mine chest. That's the dark one at the end of the bed there. We're going to start hanging on to those, which I did not mean to do that. It's like, take that back out. And we're going to start keeping those for the mine when we go down the mine, because it fills my heart, it fills my health back up in case I need it, or my energy if I'm just been banging away at the stones. And I'm eventually gonna start keeping those the cotton, is it? I don't know what I think it's cotton, and we're gonna eventually be keeping that for future activities. So you can see that our fiber is still there. Fiber you can grow all year round, so that is pretty awesome. And so as soon as we have enough, I may just leave it for now. We have so much fiber. I'm really getting a good stock of it, but we're going to need it. But I'm growing it anyway. So, thank you, little rainbow trout. We got a new rainbow trout. We only had 8 yesterday, and now we have 9. And so you can see that cauliflower stayed there. So when we get a giant crop, eventually it's going to stay there. So that's pretty awesome. And look at this. We got more than enough row that we can, if we want, put that in the preserve jars. So also for my new people, I have a little bit of short-term memory loss, and it doesn't impede my life too terribly much. But what it does in relation to you guys is occasionally I repeat myself, and I also occasionally lose a word, and I'm looking for it and I'm trying to figure it out, and it's like, oh, how frustrating. So I'm sitting there thinking, what is that word? What is that word? What is that word? And then I just get myself frustrated. But I'm sorry if that happens. I try not to let it happen too much. It's not the end of the universe. It's normal senior memory loss, but apparently I got the quota for most of the family because they're not nearly as forgetful as I am, and I have to make lists. Okay, we're going to run up here, and please, please, please let Robin be here. Oh, good. I hate it when I come up here and she's not here. So, community upgrade. How interesting. And so these are the expansions that I was talking about. There's 3 different ones, and they don't. You see that they don't cost anything. Open the bedroom, add a southern room, and add a corner room. So those are the ones that we can choose from. So as you can see, it's going to add a room to the right of the baby's room, and it's going to, that's the one I just selected. And I think that I have a problem because I have remove all items from the renovation area. And so there's also a room that's going to go down below of the bedroom, and I don't know if I can add that one or not. I didn't plan very well. Southern room is right here, and it says I can. Let's see if it will, and it did. So we got a room south of the bedroom. The other thing that you can do is remove a wall in between the living room and the bedroom, making it very much out of an open floor plan. So I'm thinking I'm going to forego that. I also need to go move that stuff so I can add that other room. But I want to purchase, a bonsai tree. I want to purchase a couple items here, or a item, the furniture catalog. The furniture catalog is $200,000, but you get unlimited access to almost every furniture item. Every furniture item. So you don't have to buy, let's say if I buy the one TV and I don't like it, I've wasted money on that. Not anymore. So that was a 200,000 gold purchase. It was a big purchase, and I was very excited that I'm able to do that. I've been talking about making some larger purchases, not million gold ones, but some big ones, and that was the second big one that I just purchased. 200,000, but it's going to let us completely renovate our farmhouse, completely, with all the furniture that we could possibly want. And so I'm so excited about that and to share that with you. So we're going to go down and see Krobus really quick. We remembered it is his birthday. Kind of a creepy place down here. But hey, you know, he's kind of an unusual dude. So we're going to say good morning to him. Please don't be alarmed. I'm different than the others. I don't know what others you're talking about. I've spent a lot of time observing humans. I know you like to shop. Care to see my wares? Humans like to shop. What? So look at all the different things that you can purchase. One of these is a star drop. Costs 20,000. You may have forgotten about this because we haven't been down here in a long time. 20,000. And yes, we just increased our energy. There's only so many star drops available in the game and different places that you can get them. And you found a star drop, your mind is filled with thoughts of concerned ape. Well, thanks. Your max energy has been increased. So now we have a max energy of 406. So that was another large purchase. So now we're saving up for the big one, which is 2 million, which is the return scepter. And I wanted to point that out to you. You remember my birthday. Thank you. This is great. Yes, and look at a big smile on his face. So now he's no longer on the bottom of our list, I don't think. He's even above Abigail. Abigail, my nemesis Abigail. There he is. He now has 3 hearts instead of 2. So awesome. We're working on that relationship there. We will come back and see you, Krobus, someday. We want to get the return scepter for 2 million. So I saw that we have these crystal fruit, which is a forageable in the wintertime. And I'm just going to grab that. I don't know what we're ever going to do with them, but I hate to leave things laying around because at the very least we can throw them in the shipping bin, and that's money, right? So I went ahead and grabbed it. So I'm so excited about this furniture catalog that we just picked up for a mere 200,000. That's going to let us be able to put all the furniture in our farmhouse. So this is very exciting. 243,000 is what we have left over. So we're not broke. If we needed something, we can get it. So we're doing okay. I'm really glad that we had saved up that much amount to be able to do this. So again, this is winter time. I've talked about this. This is a great time to be able to move your farm around. You can see it better because the trees have no leaves. You can move trees around, all kinds of things you can do in the winter time. And we will be doing a lot of those things. One thing I had talked about is moving over those sprinklers on the right-hand side. I think I'm going to move them over one, but again, we'll get to that. I'm just excited about this furniture catalog. Now, it's kind of another piece that you got to stick here in the middle of the floor. It's kind of a pain, but it's like you can't stand in the area. There you go. And it does take a lot of space. So when we're done, we'll get rid of it. And I don't mean dump it, just put it in. Hopefully I can put it in a chest. We'll find out. For now, let's continue on with our decorating because we do have a lot to do. So this episode and the next one, and I can't remember any after that, are going to be, after getting our morning chores done, we're going to be spending a lot of time decorating our house with furniture and changing things out to make it a more homey place. So I've been talking about this for 95 episodes. Those of you that have been staying with me all this time, you know that that is true. I've been talking about decorating this place for 95 episodes, and it is here. It is now time. So this room is going to be really interesting. The idea is that I'm going to make it like a garden room, for lack of a better word. And this is the furniture catalog. It says your first look at it, and it's divided by everything, or tables or chairs or paintings or rugs or plants and lamps. So each thing has, there's all the categories. The top thing is like everything, so you can scroll down and see everything. So I'm going to be, again, I have pulled up my previous farm, and that's what I'm kind of going to be going off of. My previous farmhouse that I had completely decorated. I loved the way that it looked, and I think, okay, I could torture you guys and spend the entire month of the winter, the entire winter season, coming up with the decorations, or I can go by the one I loved and turned out really well, in my opinion. Although I have done screenshots of it on the forum, in the place where you can share screenshots of your farmhouse and your farm, and I've had people tell me that looks really awesome. Again, most of it is a direct copy of other things that I have found, so it's not a direct copy of any one farm. It's more so like, oh, I like the way that looks. Someone had done a garden room like I'm going to get ready to do here, and it looked awesome. I thought, oh, I want that. And so I did that. And then children's room. Now, right now we got a baby in a crib. Eventually, when the baby's no longer in the crib, then we can get rid of the crib and they'll use just their beds, and we can move those around a little bit. So there will be some more decorating when the baby grows up, and I don't know how long that takes. I didn't look it up. So anyway, so we got all kinds of things. You can look at all the stuff. And again, if you were to purchase any of this individually, then what if you didn't like it? So I think this is the way to go. This is my opinion. This is the way to go if you care about really decorating your place and really making your own, putting your own spin on how it looks. And that's what I'm going for. These are floor dividers. Look at these windows. You can do windows. And so if you had purchased a single window and you didn't like it, and then what? Then you're stuck with that window. You can't get a refund on it, as far as I know. So I like putting the windows in the rooms because it brings light into the room during the day. It looks very cool. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I was counting out how many I needed for the room that I'm getting ready to work on. And the windows are individual. They're not like the wallpaper where you click and it goes all across the whole wall. You have to do the individual ones, each at a time. So anyway, you just, again, here, this is going to be the my garden room that I talked about. And look at the light. It's a daytime right now. It's 2:30 p.m. So it's bringing light into this room, which really looks cool, natural light like that. And so I'm counting out because I know where I'm going to be putting other things. And so it looks so cool. And that one can go away for now. So this is going to be a really cool room. I love, when I saw a screenshot of this room that somebody did, I thought, now that is cool. And that is what I'm doing right now. So I'm counting out the windows, and then I'm going to go back and kind of go back and forth a little bit. You'll see a lot of that, but you're going to see this whole farmhouse transform. And I actually didn't show you the room that we added. We got to go back and add another room when I move stuff around, but I'll get around to it. I should have done that first thing because I do need to move some stuff so we can add that additional room. So you can see you can get plants. I mean, all those individual plants cost money, but not anymore. So to me, that $200,000, yeah, it was a luxury, but I think in the long run, we actually would save money because we would have to buy those individual things and rebuy things that we didn't like. So anyway, I needed one of those, and so we'll just keep going, and it's going to look so awesome. And I can show you the screenshot of the 11-year one that I had, but I think we'll just wait on that for a little while, and then we'll compare. And oh, by the way, just so you know, I've talked about this to my existing subscribers, my new ones that are coming in. I have this thing about rain. I love rain, and I feel so incredibly peaceful on rainy days. and I live in a place where I can open my sliding doors and listen to the rain. And you won't know that it's not really raining. It is raining right now. It's like, okay, put that window there. It's raining right now outside, and I got my door open so I can enjoy the peacefulness of it. And so I'm just relaxing, enjoying the peaceful rain. It's like, it sounds so awesome. So what I'm doing right now is kind of redoing a little bit. I've got these windows that I want to put over the bed, and look at that. Oh, how pretty. How pretty is that? So now the bed, there is kind of a reddish tint to the bed anyway on the headboard, and I like that particular bed. I could switch it up for different ones, but I like that one. And I like those kind of curtained looking windows that go along with it. This episode and the next one's going to have quite a bit of this going back and forwards between the two. I've pretty much got most of the floors and the walls done, except I have another room that I haven't decorated yet, because I have two rooms. I've decorated the southern room down below, and I also need to move stuff around so that I can decorate or have the other room to the next. It's like to the right of where the baby's room is. And it's also north of where the bedroom is. I got to move some stuff before I can go back to Robin and have her fix that for me. So what I'm kind of really doing here is moving these things out of the way. Now I don't want to check the weather report. I want to move it. There we go. Taking these things out of the way because I'm going to be switching out with a different fireplace. And there's also going to be decorations that I've got in mind for it as well. And a lot of these things were like that crystal thing. I just don't like that. It's kind of we earned it somehow. I don't remember how we got it. Some of these things are going to end up, you can't get rid of them at all. They're going to end up in a chest somewhere. Some things I'm going to get rid of permanently. So it's like, okay, I need to take that off the wall too. And probably that and that. And so that way I'm kind of making room for what I want there. So I can move that furniture catalog around, but I don't mean to. Most of the time I'm clicking on it by accident. So eventually we'll move it when we start really decorating out this the garden room. But for now, what I'm looking for is where are the daggone fireplaces, because there's different ones you can have. And that was a light box. I like that light. So some different lighting options here. It's like, okay, so it's going to take a little while to get it just like I want it. Let's see, which one of these fireplaces? Again, here's the cool thing. Let's say if I pick something. The elegant fireplace is the one I was looking for. Let's say if I pick something and I don't like it, guess what? It didn't cost me any additional money to put it in the trash can. And if I want it back later, all I got to do is come right back here and it's still in the catalog. So again, I think this is a really good purchase at this point in the game. So again, I hope you guys are enjoying this amazing rainstorm that we are having right now. And there's even been a lot of thunder and lightning. So if you hear that, just pretend that it is thunder and lightning in Stardew Valley. And by the way, I have learned that in the dictionary, it is true, there is a word called pluviophile. A pluviophile is a person who enjoys rain and rainy days and who is fascinated by the sights, sounds, etc. of rain. So that, I used to think that was a joke until I looked it up. It is in dictionary.com if you want to verify that. I am a pluviophile, and apparently there's not a million of us. There's not very many of us, because most people get kind of depressed and down on rainy days. And to me, I'm peaceful. I'm very calm on rainy days. I'm very happy on rainy days. And so we've had a lot of rain the past few days. In fact, our power went out day before yesterday and was out for, I don't know what it was. It was 30 hours, I think. Something like that. We had no power for 30 hours. Now that's not fun. That's not interesting. That's not peaceful or enjoyable in any way. Think about that. No power for 30 hours. And I absolutely, completely drained my backup battery on my phone, and it's like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. So that wasn't too fun. But I do enjoy the the storms like we're having right now, and the peacefulness of the rain and all that. So I'm a pluviophile. Look it up. It's a thing. So I've got this newish fireplace. I like this, the clock at the top. It's kind of cool. Remember we had gone to, I don't know which event it was, that they sold these these plants, and we only got one, and the next year I got another one, and that's the reason I needed 2 of them. Okay, where are you going, little man? Oh, it's 7 o'clock. It's time for him to go to bed. So he goes to bed, hopefully. I'm not going to be blocking his way here. I think I'm kind of blocking his way. The furniture, you click on it, and you can right-click on it to kind of turn it around different ways. And that's what I'm doing, is I'm turning around these chairs and the love seat to kind of make a little sitting area. Not that I actually sit here, but I think it looks really cool. And you saw that I used some end tables to the right of the flowers. I'm also one of those people that I have to have things be spaced out and even. So if I've got something on the left, it's got to be on the right. So that's my weirdism. Okay, I've got these really cool panels that you could buy, and they have flowers on them. So look at that. So I remembered that, oh yeah, I had one there. And so I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm going back and forwards. Here's that southern room that I was talking about. And we're going to turn this into a TV room, basically. And that is too tiny of a TV. We need the big one. That's not going to work. No, that's not going to work at all. So we're going to turn this into basically a den. That's kind of my concept for it anyway. And I'm thinking, that's got to go away. That TV is going to go away. And get rid of that. Torch. There we go. We got to work on our lighting. I really like those lamps, which are actually called lamp posts, and they're really for outside, but I like them inside. And there's other kinds of lamps you can have, but I was looking here too to see what was it that why couldn't I put a room here, and it is not because that bed is there. So I got to go back and see Robin tomorrow, and that's what we're going to do in the next episode, so you might want to stay tuned for that. By the way, the secret word of the day is farmhouse renovation. Farmhouse renovation is the word of the day. Please use it down in the comments, and don't say the word of the day is farmhouse renovation. Say something, make up something. Say, I can't stand your farmhouse renovation. Looks terrible. Your farmhouse renovation is boring. Say whatever you want. I don't care. Just be creative and don't hurt my feelings by not doing it. I want you to do it, please. And thank you. So, I gotta go back and see Robin tomorrow because I do need to move stuff. It's actually in the bedroom, the stuff that's in the way, and that way we can add one more room. So that is a free expansion of the farmhouse. So that's kind of cool after the fortune, this small fortune that we have spent on this farmhouse. So there I put a nice deep burgundy rug, and I like the railing wall that looks cool in there. It looks kind of denish, if you will. I think it looks very much like a den, and that's what I'm shooting for that room. In my previous save, I never did finish out that room completely. It's got some stuff just sitting around in there, so this time I'll eventually get that completely done. So I'm very excited about that. As you can see, time is passing. It's already 10 p.m. Look at Harvey going to bed. It's like, oh my gosh, how long am I going to stay up? But I don't want to stop. I want to keep decorating. This is so much fun to me. We've been waiting on this. Like I said, 95 issues, people. 95 episodes. We've been trying to I've been talking about this, and I've not been teasing about it. I've just been saying it's coming. Well, it's here. Our farmhouse renovation is here. And we're just going to keep working on it until it's just so. I like it just so that it looks cool, and it makes me feel more at home when I walk into it. The way the original farm is, it doesn't feel at home to me at all. This feels at home to me. And it's something that I enjoy messing with. I mean, a lot of people don't. I've seen some really good playthroughs where they haven't touched it. They just left it as is. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's not what they're about. That's not their big thing. I even saw one that puts a bed right by the front door, just in case they get inside the house and they can't make it all the way to the big bed. They just plop down into that little bed instead of paying $1,000 for someone to pick them up in the middle of the house and put them in a bed. So I thinking, okay, that's their thing. That's what they enjoy. And this is what I enjoy, which is making this my own. I love games that have houses in the games. Sometimes almost to the detriment of the game. It's like, yeah, I want to keep I want to keep decorating and I don't want to do other things. I know I did that. I do that in Skyrim too. It's like I keep, you know, expanding. I build my own house, and there's been a lot of other games that that house building has become a very important part of it. And yes, I have played The Sims, 1, 2, 3, and 4, in fact. And so I enjoy the house decorating part and the house building. I don't consider myself good at it at all. I just enjoy messing with it, and like I said, in this case, I had really good examples to work off of, and so we're gonna keep going. And I just love, and I love flowers too. I love them in real life. I kill them in real life. In this world, I can put them everywhere and they don't die. Isn't that cool? That's a cool thing. So okay. Oh, look at that. I just love the decoration. It feels so homey to me. And here's that great big plasma TV. Oh my goodness. There we go. Perfect. And then I realized once I bought that couch, it's the bigger one. I need the smaller one in here. It's too big. It sticks out and doesn't look good. So here it is, already 11:10 p.m. It's like, oh my gosh, I just got too much going on. I have too much that I'm trying to do, and I'm so excited. I haven't even touched the kitchen except for putting down some wallpaper and flooring. So then I went back. It's like, it's 11:30. I really should quit. And I'm thinking, I don't want to. Isn't that silly? Oh my gosh. What I was looking for is the love seat size couch, not red. I want the brown one. There we go. Because that's the size I needed, and I totally forgot about it. So look at all these paintings. I mean, you can really customize your house to very much be your own style, your own things that you like. So I'm really excited for you guys to see what this is going to look like. I can't wait for you to see this garden room, which really looks awesome. This garden room does. It's to me, it's like a feng shui. I'm saying that correctly? Room where I can just go in there and feel at peace immediately is kind of what I do. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put down another end table and put a flat plant on it. And yeah, I know it's midnight. I know. I'm going to dump that in there for now, but I don't think I'm going to be using it. That's going to be the end of our episode. I hope you'll stay tuned next time. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. If you like my videos, please give it a like. And that really makes me super happy when people does that. Really, the most important thing, though, is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.